Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and redstone lovers. I promised it, so here it is, the redstone demonstration, or undergrounds of the arena. Now let's just go ahead and turn it on. Make sure it actually switched on, because that'll drop away the walls. And down here we're going to go down our maintenance shaft. Now, a lot of this is going to be routine to those who do a lot of redstone, but I did kind of throws in something that I haven't seen anywhere else. Okay, this is the straightforward part. These are the wires that take the power from the cyclers to the redstone torches, which then carry the current up to all the pistons, which then lift all the walls. And as you can see, we've got a whole lot of walls under here. All of this down under here was done by Thad, and it looks like we have a creeper under here. That pistons that you hear is the timing mechanism that I made up, pretty much. Get over here. This is set to a 5-tick timer, which then sends the input in, which then moves around all of this pistons to this cycler, which I made up here. As you can see, each tick, it moves the block along one spot, and that one spot, whenever it reaches that spot right there, it sends the power through. This allows you to control, let me turn down the sound a bit. This allows you to control how long the power is on, how long it is off, etc. Because each one of these is more or less 1 second. So here we've got it off for about 11 seconds, on for 1 second, and then off again. Now, once that signal is sent, it's sent to another cycle. This one is set for the first set of walls, so they change every so often. They're on, you see, for 5 cycles, off for 4. And that cycle lasts for 4 times however much this is here. You know, real quick, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So roughly about 13 seconds per cycle. So it'll be on for this amount of cycles, off for that amount of cycles. Over here is a similar cycler set up to the same relay here. And you can see this one has a long on, shorter on, shorter off, but it still continues to cycle. This lets me control exactly how long it is. And if you put these into a pattern where you've got one which then sets the next, which sets the next, you can have a very long delay timer. In fact, that's why I originally invented this, because I needed a really long delay timer. Now those go off, sending the power out here. I'd put gravel where I need to replace the redstone to let me know when to turn it on. But you see, this would turn this on, which would then turn this torch off, which will then start making all the pistons go up and down. And when it cycles enough to change again, which it should be in just a second. No, it's coming from the other direction, so you got about 2 more. But this is how the up and down for the entire arena works. Just by those pistons, it sets off everything. In addition, every time the 12-second timer goes off, behind these walls are the redstone, which works the dispensers, as you can see. Just a long string. They're fed by current coming from below. And those shoot all of the dispensers every 12 seconds. Now we're going to change the timing on that, because with as many dispensers as there are surrounding the walls of this, that just gets way too laggy, especially with all the pistons. So we're going to be redoing it a little bit just to try to get the timings better. But that, in a nutshell, is the redstone and how it's working for us. So, let's see, going back down. Alright. Now, that did all this, but it's more or less a toggle where it... maneuver. Alright. This was my level, Thaz was above. So, and he's not on for me to ask to explain his part. But it should be elementary for those who do a little bit of redstone. See, this over here is where the pulse goes to do the dispensers. As you can see, it's off and it's set to the same input that the other ones are. I use these redstone repeaters as a kind of insulated wire. Whoops. But yeah, the whole process is a little bit laggy. So it really only works for large projects. But yeah, okay, that's going to cover things. Oops. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and say that covers things for today. Let's go back up, go back up. Oh, and the other part of the arena is that up there. I wanted to make it so that the arena would never be above light level, I think, 11. So I put this in huge barrier up here to prevent light from ever getting above whatever these glowstone make it. So these glowstone are essentially the only light here. If I start popping these, it'll start getting dark and things will start spawning. But yeah, that's the arena in a nutshell. So next week we'll have more details on the rest of the city, because by then we should be able to get a lot more of it done. Have a nice evening. Night.